Right guys, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are in, exciting enough, the Fenix A320 in the Air Malta livery, and we will be heading from Malta today, and we'll be heading up to I believe it is, I can't remember the name of the airport, is up near Palermo, I think it's pronounced. If I have a look here, I'll just show you the flight plan on Sim Toolkit Pro, which is absolutely incredible bit of kit, especially for streaming as well. You've got everything you need in here. It's got flight tracking, it's got flight plan creation, it's got generation. So this is literally a real world flight plan. I picked this up from an Air Malta flight plan. So yeah, it's actually really good bit of kit, and I really recommend it to anyone. So yeah, this is quite a short flight today, so we will just go ahead and get on it, shall we? So we'll get rid of that and let's get started. So let's head into the cockpit. Here we have got the ground power connected. We will import our flight plan here. The flight plan off the blocks time is 1 hour 8 minutes. You can adjust this by tapping the amber. Okay, we're off a little bit by our departure, but that is fine. It's not going to make any difference. So there's our route there, and also the METAR that we need. Yeah, so we're just off slightly by the time. It does not matter that much. So if we go into mass and balance here, you can see it's all been loaded in for us. So what we'll do, we'll just get that to load our aircraft, put that on 9 minutes so we can set up our flight plan here. So what I think we need to do is go into hit, oh no, is that right? Flight init, initiate data request, initiate data request. This should be right, I think. Yes. And then we go to the init page, init request. Hopefully that gets, there we go, that does get us our information. So we are AMC, I think it was 663 is our flight number. Let's just get rid of them faults there, and we will go up here while that is going on, and we'll just align the nav, shall we? Now I'm running this as if I'm running the fly-by-wire, so hopefully everything goes well, but things can go wrong. I'm new to this aeroplane. This is literally my first flight, so please bear that in mind before any judgment is given down below. So yeah, loading is going fine. My flight, let's have a look. Can we, 24,000 feet, that is going to be our cruise. So 240, as it is only a short flight, it's to be expected. So in it, right, we'll not do that yet. Performance, we don't do that yet, I don't believe. So we'll go with our flight plan. Departure, we are going to be departing port route. Uh, 16 left. Departure runway. What? We don't have a 16 left. Oh no, that's the, sorry, that is the our alternative. We've got to be departing 3131 on the GZO 3D departure. 3D SID And that should be right. If we insert that, Gozo is our next M622. Doesn't really matter about them. Okay, that's fine. So our arrival should be PAL2N. PAL2N arrival. Oh, what runway? 07. 07. So we're going to do localizer. Can we do localizers on 07? On nav. (07) by PAL2N. There it was. PAL2N. Now, if there is anything I'm doing wrong here that I need to know about, then do let us know, because like I say, I am just pretty much winging it. I've not flown this yet. This is the first time flying the Fenix, so I appreciate all the support I can get. Right, so if we go back to that departure. No, we don't want to do anything on there. We want to go to our init page. Departure profile. We're going to be departing 3-1. It's dry. Flap config, we're going to go 1F. No forced toga, no anti-ice packs on. Do we sync the load sheet yet? I don't think so. Preliminary. Okay. Let's sync the live weather so we can calculate that. Okay, so 101. Correct format. Okay, we'll just put 1 then. Flex temp. It's going to be 62. Boarding complete. Okay, that is brilliant. So if we go back to that now, I believe we mass and balance aircraft loaded. Should get the load sheet. So where do we go for that? Load sheet. So we have that. We'll accept that. Okay, so we'll go back on the flight plan. So we have the load sheet on. We can go back to this. Sync load sheet final. There we go. Sync the live weather. So we can actually go to our initiate page as well. Init page 2. 0 fuel weight. So we want. Let's take off weight. We don't want that. We want to go back here. Yeah, I'm just getting used to this, guys. So please bear with us. 60.3 slash 37. .7. Okay, our fuel loaded is 6.1. 6.1, there we go. So that is all loaded. Now if we go to performance, has anything changed? No, we need to go back to this one. So flex temp 63. Okay, that's slightly different. So we've got 150, 150, 151. 150, 150, 151. There we go. I think that's all right. 0.1. That's 0.1. So if we just put slash 0.1 in there. No, that's not right, is it? Never mind, I think that'll be fine. So I think that's us all set up. I'm guessing that's all we need. If we go to the charts, actually, departure, goes all. So that is going to be initial climb of 5,000. Okay, yeah. The transition was set to 5,000 there, so that is going to be fine. We'll also set that to 5,000 here. So that is going to be our departure. We'll start that. Ground chart, airport briefing, airport. We will get that one. So I think that's all we need for now. We're going to be taking off runway 31. So we're going to have to taxi all the way back down to here. We're going to do a taxi back, actually. All the way down the runway by the looks. Okay, that is interesting. That is interesting. Behind us. Yeah. We're going to be taxiing down, doing a whole taxi back. So we'll leave that on there for now. Anything else we need to do? I don't think there is. So we'll just bring this back up for now. We're going to meta departure. Just refresh that. So our QNH is 1018. That's fine. 4 knot wind. There's barely anything going on. So we are fine with that. Okay, so the next thing we'll do, get this fasten seatbelt signs on. Oops, on. We'll arm the emergency lights. Oh god. Get the fuel pumps on. Just basically extinguish all the lights. Make sure there's no circuit breakers out. Looks all fine. We will go to master on. Extinguish that light. Wait a few seconds for the flap should open. And then APU starter comes on. Hear the click there. Go behind. A nice view of that smoke effect going on. Right, I just had to quickly check on something. We are back. So yeah, we're going to be pushing back to the right. So let's try out this. Let's push back here. Because the pushback I've been using doesn't work with this. Yeah, unfortunately, it does not work. So I think it's connected. If we press start and take off our parking brake, and then we can turn this to start, put the APU bleed on and start engine number 2. There we go. Push back straight. I think that's as good as it's going to do. So if we stop that there. Engine 2 started. We'll start engine 1. Disconnect the tug. So that's all we need for now. In that menu, go back to the charts. Okay, and we forgot to enable the beacon. Get our wing lights on, our nav lights can come on. That I think was our engines finished. Yeah, put that back to norm. We can put TCAS to on now. I'll leave it on auto actually. There we go. We'll do a quick control test. Flight controls. So rudder, elevator, ailerons. Brilliant. Spot on. Now turn that off. Put that back to, where was it? Engines. Right, we'll now turn off the APU, bleed and APU itself. We'll get our taxi lights on. Strobes can go to auto. I think that's it for there. That's all we need up top. There we go. Right, we will release that parking brake. The default view is a little raised. I'm not sure I'm keen on that. There we go. We are on the way. In Malta. I wish they had update the airport for Malta, because it's such a shame for this one to be left out, considering the update was Italy and Malta, for them to miss it, or whether I've done something wrong with the update and not got Malta. I don't know. It's a bit strange to me, but never mind. like the wobble we've got going on when we're on the ground here. There's like vibrations going on. You can see. Right, turning onto the runway, so we will turn on our lights just to let people know we are on the taxiway, on the runway, sorry. And we'll come round here. And taxi down the whole length of the runway. But while we're doing that, we'll do our takeoff config. So we'll go auto brakes max, spoilers arm, and takeoff config checked. And we will just go to our departure chart here. It's pretty much a straight out departure to that fix, to that that point there. I say this is only a short flight today as well. We will get terrain on. There we go. Look at that, you can actually see the water around us as well. I believe that's water, that's what that means. We'll zoom the co-pilot out pretty far. How beautiful. Amazing. It does sound great, this, and it does feel good. And I'm actually happy that it's running pretty good on my PC, to be honest. That's a factor I was worried about when getting this. Can we come off here and turn around in this? I'm guessing we can. Use this as a little bit of a weight turning point. Although, no, that's not. That's just to pull off there. Apologies, I am just making a mess of this. I think we will turn off here because we have more than enough runway at our fingertips, so we will turn off here. Right, there we go, we are ready to rumble. So if we give it some power, and then we'll go to flex. Oh wow, them engines. Bit of right rudder there. rumble of the wheels as they leave the runway. That's incredible. Positive rate gear up. Throttle goes back to climb. Sorry, I hadn't gotten them in the detent properly there. So it was shouting at us a little bit. I'm just going to hand fly this a little. Look at that. We'll save the external views for when we're on autopilot, which we will actually engage now. So if we take a look at the flight plan here, that is going to be our set altitude for that waypoint. We want also flap up, disengage the spoilers. Turn off the runway lights, turn off our nose wheel light. And we are climbing up to 5,000 feet, initial at 250 knots. We'll turn the terrain mesh off now. We're at our initial of 5,000 feet. Till ATC is, otherwise it's directed by ATC. So to be honest, we'll just direct ourselves right up to cruise altitude here. What's our flight plan telling us? We could just let the VNav sort it out, to be fair. It's engage manage speed there. So you can see we've oversped a little bit there because it's put the power on before we started pitching. So that's a bit strange. Turn track track IR off. Going to come into here and get up our ground charts, taxi routes for briefing, airport information. That's probably the one we're going to need. And then arrival, we are on the was it PAL arrival? I think it was PAL. That does not look likely. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Okay, so PAL's arrival and to approach, which was 07. Okay, confusing this airport, very confusing. I'm not sure which one will be taken actually. I'm gonna go round and loop back. I'm guessing we'll follow this one. So if we go to PAL approach here, that. Check how things are going. We're past 10,000. We'll go standard on the pressure on all three. Landing lights can come up. Sounds brilliant. So yeah, we've just cleared ourselves to our cruise altitude there. So I think I'm doing alright with this plane so far. I think I'm doing alright. Okay, so in here we want to go back to... Is there anything in the Fenix app that we need? My flight. We can look at our approach meta. We refresh that. 1017. So if we go into progress here and we go to flight plan, init page, sector, performance, next phase, oops, next phase, cruise, next phase, descent, next phase, right approach. So the QNH is 1017. Should be doing this in cruise really, shouldn't be taking my eyes off until we're up to that altitude, but I think we're going to be fine here. I forgot to actually bind a flap key bind to make my life easier. Never mind. I'm going to zoom out this a little bit there on the range. Right. Let's go to landing performance then. Arrival performance. So it's dry. 07. Apply meta. Manual land. Landing distance procedure. Wow, what is all this, man? Full flap, auto throttle off. dry. We're coming up to cruise here. That's why we're backing off on the speed. Lovely jubbly. So what's all this? Slats and flaps? Manual and full flaps. Throttle off, idle, max reverse. Medium auto brake. I might be doing something wrong on there, but yeah, that's how that looks. So this isn't really our arrival because heading in on this side. Yeah, a strange one. It's a strange one, this one. We're not going to have that glide slope or anything because it's not an ILS. So I don't know if we need to put something in here. Radial nav. Okay. Right, there's the DME. Local DME. 10:30. VOR. Okay, VOR one frequency. Final approach course 064. 064. PRS, and the course is 064. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that looks good then. That's what we needed to put in, PRS, for this approach. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Ah, there. If we do the VOR, actually, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it. We'll wing it. We'll wing it. If we have to manually vector, then we will manually vector. But for now, there we go. Obviously, we're just on the cruise part of flight now. If we have a look at tracking software, we are about halfway. 88 10 minutes. So yeah, anyway, I will be back once we get into our approach. Right, so we're descending now. We are descending right on target, really. Put a little bit of spoilers out just to help slow us down a little tad. As you can see, our target altitude there. So yeah, I'm not sure which graph we should be using because it's a bit of a strange approach. But anyway, Palermo should be at 10,000 feet. Limb. And then we turn around onto this final here, which is pretty much the same. We're just turning on around up here. It's slightly similar to this VOR, so we're just using this one as a reference. Still not very good at reading graphs or anything like that, so just bear with us. I'm new to this more modern way of flying flight sims. Weather has been too good again. I'm not sure whether that's flight sim's weather being broken or whether we're just been getting lucky with it. Weather has been looking very good. Our airfield, I believe, is just up there. Yep, you can see it. We're going to be flying straight over it. This beautiful Air Malta A320. And that's so loud. It is so loud when you go up there. We can get our little tray table out. Have a snack if we want. How cool is that? We've also got these shades, and we've got one above us, I believe, that we can use here. Kind of blocks out everything else. It makes everything super white. It's cool. It's your eyes adjusting to, you know, through here rather than out the window. Just store that actually. Don't need it. There we go, we are below 10,000, so we will get our lights on. Set our pressure to 1017. There we go. And you can see we're coming onto that, that chart there now. You can actually see our little icon popping up. And if we go outside, there's the airport we're looking for. Pretty cool. It's going to be a nice little approach. So make sure the aircraft's doing what it should be. I'm actually going to put terrain on as well. Should be at 6,300 feet by then. So I think it's looking good. So if we go to this, temperature's 23. Mag and wind is 0.43 knots. Barrel. Is the barrel just barometric pressure? So 1017. Okay, so I'm looking at landing speed of 134. If that's what I'm looking for there. And we'll go on to charts again. Just going to turn off terrain since it's just all that water. Going to activate approach phase, I think. Should start slowing us down now. We'll get our first notch of flaps in. We'll arm the speed brakes, they are armed. can actually get the airport chart up for when we land. Land here. So we can get ourselves to the gate. Past the next mark for the next lot of flaps. Bring that down. VOR. Okay. That's set to VOR. I think that's right. Bringing that distance. Oh no. Don't say we've crashed. Oh, I thought we'd crashed. Thought we'd had a sim crash there. That was gonna make us cry. I'm actually gonna speed up a little bit here. Keep our speed up for now. Terrain on why we're heading over these hills. VOR, we are 15 nautical miles out. If we try that now, the VOR, there we go. That should be... This should work actually on VOR, I think. Got the VOR programmed in correctly, it should catch up properly. Look at how close we are to this mountain.
2,500.
Look at that. Ho-ho. Let's hope this first landing in the Fenix A320 goes well for us. So we're not going to have a glide slope or anything, are we? I don't know. How it will work. We can arm the approach and see what happens. No, doesn't want to, doesn't like it. Show high glide slope on the PFD. radar nav. Because it's VOR, we're not going to get that, I don't think. We might try. Nah, it's not gonna, it doesn't like it. Yeah, it doesn't like it. So we're gonna have to do this manually. Can we go put that back in manage? No. If we put a landing rate of go back to manage speed. Right, we'll drop the landing gear, less than 10 nautical miles out now. Seatbelt signs are on and checked. Flaps can go to full now. Flaps full. Okay, let's hope we can get this.
Hundred above.
It's minimums. Okay, we are just gonna disconnect now, I think.
Minimum.
See the lights. Need to set auto brakes to medium. Bit high.
500.
A little bit high still.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
Oh, that was a bit of a heavy one actually. Not the best landing that. Not the best landing at all. Still there, man. We'll go to manual braking. Yeah, terrible actually. Not the best at all for that landing. But we're down. We're in one piece. But for our first landing of the Phoenix, I don't think that was too bad either. Let's get this all set back up. You get the APU coming on. We will get the flaps stored. Store the spoilers. So it'll just come off at the end here as well. Just clear that. Clear all the info that's coming on. Get the APU started. Get our taxi lights on. And we'll turn off here. There we go. So we actually landed with a bit of a tailwind as well, which is strange. But with the 3 knots, that's what it was. It wouldn't make any difference. Would not make any difference whatsoever. I think we'll actually go to a stand here as well. It looks like we've got a welcome party, so we'll do that. This thing taxis really quick. Like, the turning is really quick on this, I have to admit. Crazy fast taxiing. You could in this. There's some stairs over there as well, so maybe that's just part of the scenery, I think. Not sure where Malta Air is meant to park at this airport. It's causing some frame rate issues now though, this airport. It really is. I think we'll actually just taxi into this gate here. Possibly this one. 217. Yeah, that's just part of the scenery, that is. We'll just park into this ramp. Oh, hang on, which direction am I meant to? Alright, it could be any direction, I see. That will do. Idle the engines. Parking brake set. APU is available, so we'll let the engines stall a little bit and then we will get back on with that. Just get the Phoenix page up on here. So if we go to ground services, I think that's all we need to do. So we'll cut the engines here. If we go taxi lights off, ring lights off, strobe off, and then we go, oh, chock's already on, PCA, deboard. Deboard the passengers. Turn the seatbelt sign off. Is it going to do deboarding or not? There we go, and there's the luggage. Cargo doors opening. Mass and balance, they should now be deboarding, which they are. That is perfect. Luggage is also coming off. Brilliant. So there we have it with the Fenix A320. I think it wasn't too bad of a landing. Let's just have a look at our report. Oh, minus. Oh, jeez. I don't really know if I want to keep that report. If we if I get it up here for you. So here we go. Here's our flight, and look at the landing rate. 496. That's terrible. But I felt like I couldn't flare. Like I was holding the stick all the way back and nothing was happening. So it's not too bad for our first go. Pretty terrible, to be honest. There's where we touched down. So actually in the touchdown zone, so that wasn't too bad. Maybe we tried to touch down a bit too soon. We could have floated a little bit and you know, got a better landing, but decent. Decent, kind of. So yeah, this is really good. This little app, because you can go into flight plan here. You can select by airline, route finder. You can just select a random one. If you go to dashboard, it's great. And it's free. It's all free. So yeah, check it out if you're interested in this sort of stuff. But anyway, now let's get this all cleaned up, shall we? Ground power's available. We'll connect that and we'll get the APU turned off. That's all off there. APU's coming off. Set that back to 100. What? Flight directors come off. What else is there really? Beacon come off. Turn off fuel pumps. And then we can, I suppose we have to wait for deboarding, and then we just turn off the power. Ah, it's all done. Brilliant. There we go. We can now turn off the power and actually turn off the batteries as well. So there we go. We are all cold. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us in this one. I appreciate you coming along for the ride in our first flight of the Fenix A320. So if you enjoyed this, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.